Grinders and grindettes, first of all, Happy New Year to everybody that made it to 2024. I know 2023 was horrible for a lot of people. There was a lot going on, man. I lost a lot of people in 2023, hoping to just leave all that negative and whatnot behind. But it seems like we are starting 2024 off with the same shit. Let's talk about this Katt Williams situation. I wanted not to even get involved in this because so many people have been touching on it, but a lot of people was hitting me up, asking me in my opinion. And instead of typing and sending long ass messages, this is my thoughts on the Katt Williams situation. First of all, I want to say I am happy for Shannon Sharpe because I've been a subscriber. I think he does an amazing job. I like the whole setup, his player. Let for the record show, before this interview, Shannon Sharpe podcast was already hot. He was already having viral clips and viral moments. Brittany Renner, this, that, and the third. So don't think this Katt Williams shit made him. He already had something. He already had over 1 million subs, and bro already been doing his things. This catapulted him to something else, and honestly, I think he deserves all the flowers he getting. I just like, that's more importantly, out of anything, that's what I'm happy about. I'm happy about Shannon Sharpe getting the light on his platform and his podcast because, like I said, I fuck with Unc. Now let's get into Katt Williams. Katt Williams' interview was thoroughly entertaining and it was funny. Now with that being said, I also think it was thoroughly messy, and I also think he was hating. Let's just call it what it is. Black folk, if you don't like such and such, comedian B, comedian A, and comedian C, just say you don't like them. Don't say all this other stuff. Katt Williams said, listen, I'm not against gay people, but at the same time said, oh, I don't have an open butthole, or they try to get me to do. At the same time, you low-key gay bashing, right? You can't have it both ways. Was he telling the truth about some things? Yes. His truth cannot be somebody else's truth. It could be whatever. But the shit he was mad and upset about was shit that really don't affect him. A lot of the bitterness comes from Kevin Hart is that a lot of movie roles that he was either supposed to get or maybe had in the works or maybe had in the pipeline, for whatever reason, when the business didn't go through, Kevin Hart got him. He got his sloppy seconds. But hey, you got to take what you can get. Me and my kids just watched Jumanji 1 and 2 the other day for our family movie night. You can't get mad at Kevin Hart for working his ass off. All the other shit behind closed doors, we don't know if that shit happened. And if it did, how does that affect our everyday life? How does that affect you? How does that affect me? Why the fuck do we care? If these men is sucking D behind door, who the fuck cares? That's their business. It don't apply to us. What OJ say, or Johnny Cocker say? If it don't apply, let it fly. Let it fly. Who the fuck cares? Why are we so invested in somebody's road to how they got to where they are? It don't really affect us. Oh, he told no lies. It's all truth. What's truth? He supposedly thinks that some jokes were stolen. The jokes are 20 plus years old. Who cares? Who cares? You done did how many more stand-ups and tours since then? Why are you harping on this? It's bitterness in there. If y'all don't see that as bitterness, then I don't know what to tell you. Y'all the same people who look to Dr. Umar as being a life coach and don't see through that facade that he puts on. We are sheep. Y'all say the people who don't agree with Katt are brown nosers. No, the people who don't agree with Katt are the opposite of that. We are the people that have our own opinions and can see. I got family members that put on this facade like they got shit and be hating on me. I just know an old ass hater. One of my men said this: 2 crackheads fighting over the biggest rock. That's what I see when Katt Williams talks. He's a crackhead fighting over the biggest rock. And I'm not saying crackhead in the literal sense. I'm just saying that's what it looks like metaphorically. He looks like a fucking crackhead arguing about shit. He ain't talk about none of the shit that happened to him. He ain't talking about getting beat up by a 15-year-old. He ain't talking about all the crazy shit he did running on stage. This man has always bashed people in his interviews. Kevin Hart clip is out of context. Katt Williams went on Wanda Smith's show. This is the epic when he dissed her, which was hilarious, when he tore down Wanda Smith because she was trying to call him gay. Before that, she asked him about Tiffany Haddish, and he said, I don't think Tiffany Haddish is funny. I think it's this female comedian is funnier than Tiffany Haddish. She shouldn't be getting all these roles. I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. So Kevin Hart was doing a movie with Tiffany Haddish at the time called Night School. They went on the Breakfast Club to promote, and that's when Kevin Hart spoke about Katt Williams. Other than that, Kevin Hart don't be bashing Kevin Hart don't really bother nobody. Kevin Hart only responds to people when they say something to him, and I like the fact that he don't take the high road and say, oh, I'm not answering or don't ask me. He'll face it head on. Like, yo, this is what it is. Kevin Hart been with the same guys that he started with, which is the Plastic Cup Boys. Same exact crew. Cedric the Entertainer don't bother nobody. You don't hear nothing about him. Behind the scenes, I don't know, but in the public, we haven't heard anything about Cedric Entertainer. And you sitting there talking about this man's appearance. That's hating. Oh, he was sitting here looking like a walrus.
That's hating. I don't see how y'all don't see that as hating.
That right there is hating. It's funny as hell. Don't get me wrong. Hilarious.
But it's hating.
Michael Blackson, that's legit. You know, he called you a crackhead. I don't know if you smoke crack or not. You definitely did some kind of drugs at one point. Let's not lie. You know what I'm saying? But listen, Whitney Houston did drugs. And did we ever see her smoking crack? No, but we knew she smoked crack. Katt Williams was on some shit at one point in time. Did we ever see him?
No.
But it's a lot of fucking entertainment industry people that we don't see do shit. The Diddy shit, I've never seen Diddy do shit. I don't know. All we got is accusations. He spoke on that. Whether he went through that experience or not, why do we care? If you didn't do it, why the fuck do we care about it? Like I said, it made for great entertainment, but a lot of that shit was baseless. He talk about Earthquake. He disses Earthquake, but then tries to give him flowers in the same interview. Oh, he's illiterate. He can't read. Who the fuck even asked you about? Who asked you that? That wasn't even a line of question. He didn't even bring up Earthquake. He just said, yo, he didn't say nothing about Earthquake. He just volunteered that information. Oh, he can't read. That's Jonathan Majors. Oh, this big nose black dude. Bro, that's hate. That's not hate. All of a sudden, this big brown nose, big nose black dude is handsome. He look like my daddy. Yeah, that's hate. That's hating. He brings up Ludacris. That means Luda got the roll over him. He didn't. He's mad about it. Was doing this and this and that and joined the Illuminati. And then this is the man's wife. Like, this is hate. I don't understand how y'all don't see. This is the definition of hating. This is the definition of bitterness. Because you know why? It don't affect today. If he's successful, as unbothered as he said, he wouldn't do that. He could have went on that platform and said, listen, I'm challenging. I want to do a new Kings of Comedy. I want to see if such and such be down to do it. He could have talked about what he got going on. But you know what? He ain't got shit going on. He just came here to Buffalo, New York, where I live at. He came to KeyBank Center. And when he came here, I said, why the fuck is Katt Williams doing a show at an arena when he doesn't have any motion in terms of anything of that magnitude? He's not that big of a comedian as he was back in the day. Even when he was super big, he performed at Shays, which is a theater. That's the kind of venues he can sell out a pack. Dave Chappelle, when he comes here to Buffalo, he'll do a surprise show once in a while. Chris Rock came here. Guess where they performed at? Shays, a theater. They didn't even try to sell out the fucking KeyBank Arena because it's massive. It's hard to fucking sell out. And guess what? When I was there, it was empty. It was half fucking empty. All the comedians he had on the bill, he had Red Grant, Mark Curry, this person, that person, and he couldn't fucking sell it out because Katt Williams, he's not the comedian he used to be. And on top of that, go watch his last stand-up on Netflix and tell me if it's funny. It's horrible. It's called World War III or something. And I love Katt Williams. I think he was just on Wild 'N Out. He was hilarious. And ironically, the episode after him was Kevin Hart's episode. And I think he's hilarious. Comedy is subjective. You don't have to agree that everybody's funny or not funny. But one thing we can agree that everybody has a certain style. And what's funny to you might not be funny to the next person. On top of that, let's talk about the Ricky Smiley situation. Ricky Smiley don't bother nobody. When I was doing Friday, the role I auditioned for initially was Money Mike. The Money Mike that I went for was different from what Katt Williams did. Katt Williams took it, made it his own. Money Mike was supposed to be just a dude that was begging for money, blah, blah, blah. Katt Williams made him into a pimp, blah, blah, blah. He made the role. And he didn't say nothing. What's bad about that? It happens in Hollywood. People audition for roles and they might not get it. Nothing he said was serious. And at the end of the day, all these people that he named are successful and rich, including him. So it don't affect their bottom line. Him exposing them, they not gonna lose no money. They not gonna lose endorsements. They not gonna lose, cause you know why? Cause he sound like a fucking old ass hating ass nigga that's hating on some niggas that got some motion and doing some shit. Whether Oh, Steve Harvey funny. If you don't find Steve Harvey funny, that's subjective. Steve Harvey never been the funniest to me as far as stand-up, but he's funny when he's in his pockets, which is his radio show and his talk show. We in 2024, let's stop this bullshit. We already starting the year off stupid, and if you condone this type of shit, then I don't even want you around me, for real. Like, you ain't even the person I thought you was. If you look at that interview and don't see the bitterness and hateful shit that this nigga was spewing. Like, I understand you probably don't like these people, or these people, you constantly see them and they get on your nerve, or whatever reason you don't like them. That's cool. You don't have to like them. But let's not just all hop on the Katt Williams bandwagon when this man done had more incidents and bullshit going on in his life than a lot of these comedians he named. And a lot of these motherfuckers never even mention him, and he's mentioning them. Tiffany Haddish ain't never mentioned Katt Williams, and he just completely degraded her in the Wanda Smith interview. So that's all I gotta say about it, man. I'm sick of seeing this shit, honestly, man. This is the first and last thing I'm saying. And listen, the comments open. If you disagree with me, leave it in the comments. Be respectful, because YouTube will remove your comment. And I ain't no Uncle Tom nigga, and I ain't no fucking and I ain't no bitch ass nigga. And one thing that he did say in the interview, yo, listen, he said a lot of shit in that interview that I agree with, and I thought that was fly. But I tell you this, he said you could be pro-black and not be racist, and I agree with that. I'm pro-black. I love my people, but at the same time, I love other races too, and that's fine. Post your comments below. I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with Katt Williams? If you do or you don't, leave it in the comments. Till next time, peace.